Okay, this is game view number 2 for the Packers against the Kansas City Chiefs. I am redoing this and reposting this as it turns out it appears the NFL had some issues with our use of the ESPN footage from this game. However, when we stay in the coaches film, which is this view, the coaches film here with the NFL icon in the corner, it doesn't appear that they have an issue with us using this film. So we're going to redo it, mostly sticking with the coaches film, and we'll see if the NFL has any issues with that. I'm going to start here with the Packers' first successful play of the game. This is a screen play to Eddie Lacy. The Packers had a great game plan for the start of this game. We used a lot of screens, quick passes, even an end around to Randall Cobb that helped minimize the impact of Tamba Hali and Justin Houston, Kansas City's outstanding outside linebackers, which we knew would be a test for us. So we started out the game by trying to minimize them and take them out of the game by going with quick plays and attacking the outside. So this is another one of those plays where you're going to see a one block thrown by Corey Linsley, and then Eddie Lacy gets down the sideline for a 26-yard gain. As we roll this forward here, and we can see this set up. Rodgers gets to the outside, actually throws Eddie Lacy a little shovel pass. Linsley's just going to get enough of the linebacker here to free Lacy up the sidelines. Good job by Lacy to kind of kick his feet out of that. And then he's up the sideline for a 26-yard gain for the Packers. That helped set up a short touchdown pass to Ty Montgomery. Okay, here, this is 3rd and 9 for the Chiefs on their third possession, which would be another 3 and out for them as they would start both halves with 3 and outs. This shows the Packers really throwing the Kansas City Chiefs a wrinkle here. It's tough to scout something when you've never even seen it before. This is the first time the Packers would line up in their dime package with Joe Thomas as the inside linebacker. Joe Thomas was initially released by the Packers, not good enough to make our 53, and now we nab him off the Dallas Cowboys practice squad, and suddenly he's good enough to start in our dime package. So with Thomas here, that allowed us to put Clay Matthews back on the outside. Clay Matthews played on the outside a lot in this game. And this lets us set up our NASCAR package, which is Matthews, Julius Peppers, Dayton Jones, and Mike Neal. All 4 of these guys are pass rush specialists. Their job is to get in the backfield and cause havoc. The Packers actually also blitz Joe Thomas on this play, and the 5 of them basically swarm Alex Smith and eventually get him to the ground. You'll see as part of this play too, Peppers causes the initial pressure right there. And then we're going to see here shortly, Clay Matthews actually has a pretty easy shot for his first sack of the season, and he blows it right there. And then Joe Thomas cleans up and gets the sack. Okay, this is the first successful play for the Chiefs on offense. Here they're going to run a simple corner route to Travis Kelce. Unfortunately, the Packers have seen this in the past where we're in our nickel defense. And we've seen in the past where Nate Palmer and Casey Hayward have had somebody, a tight end or receiver between them who they get kind of confused and they miss the coverage. They end up that nobody covers. The Packers are in their nickel defense, but yet the Chiefs only have 2 wide receivers on the field, so that kind of frees up Casey Hayward. You would think Casey Hayward would cover Kelce on this play, but he doesn't. He chooses to take the outside zone. Unfortunately, Nate Palmer also chooses to cover the outside zone. And so unless both of these guys, this is a designed play where they're intentionally double covering Jamaal Charles out of the backfield. If it is not that, then this is a blown coverage. One of these 2 guys should have covered Kelce. The Packers cannot expect their lone deep safety, Clinton Dix, to cover corner route in this case. And Kelce gets a free release. There he takes a shot from Palmer, but now he's free. Nobody is covering him. And this ends up being a 38-yard pickup for the Chiefs. And then a 15-yard penalty or half the distance penalty was enforced on Casey Hayward and ended up being a 47-yard pickup for the Chiefs that gave them a pretty easy position for their first touchdown of the game. That made it 14-7 at that point. Okay, the second half for both teams started with a series of 3 and outs for both teams. And then the Packers were backed up at their own 2-yard line, and thanks to a great play by Aaron Rodgers, a rollout pass to Randall Cobb, the Packers were able to get away from their own end zone and kind of flip the field position on the Chiefs. Then they kicked them deep with the help of a penalty. Kansas City ended up being stranded on their own 7-yard line here, and that led directly to this play. On this play, we're going to see Nick Perry get some pressure, force Alex Smith out of the pocket where he's being chased after by Julius Peppers. Smith has a guy breaking free behind Shields, but he underthrows the pass, and Shields alertly picks the pass off and takes it back to the 5-yard line. The Packers would then score from there on the very next play, and that would make it a 31-7 game lead for the Packers. And at that point, I think most of us thought this was going to be game over. So we see Perry with the pressure. Peppers gives chase. Smith just underthrows that pass. An easy pickoff for Shields, and the Packers are down. Actually should have been inside the 5-yard line. All right, it is 31-7 Packers at this point. But this is where the Chiefs then would start a series where they would score on 3 consecutive drives. On the first 2 drives, the Packers actually were the victims of overly aggressive defense. With it being 31-7, the Packers probably should be playing some more prevent defense. However, on this drive here, you're going to see that the Packers repeatedly fell victim to blitzing and then getting caught in their blitz. On this play, you're going to see the Packers actually blitz Nate Palmer and Clay Matthews both blitz up the middle, and Alex Smith is going to do is just dump it to Jamal Charles over the middle, and this is going to be an easy 13-yard gain. At least the Packers here are playing with their safeties deep, and that's the way the Packers should have been for the remainder of the game. And I think this would have been a different ending of the game if the Packers would have kept their safeties back. Unfortunately, with the Packers having blitzed their middle linebackers, this is a very easy pickup for the Chiefs. Okay, this is only a couple plays after the one that I just showed. Again, the Packers are going to blitz. They're going to send Casey Hayward here off the slot. Alex Smith is going to throw a quick tight end screen to Travis Kelce, which they had conveniently called. It's going to be the perfect call against this defense. And so with Casey Hayward having blitz, that's one less guy for them to have to block, and Kelce's going to easily go up the sideline for 20 yards. It also helps them that Nate Palmer plays some unaggressive soft coverage here and then doesn't make a tackle at the end of the play either. So as we roll this forward, we're going to see Kelce just run the quick screen. Kelce gets up the sideline, not a good tackle attempt there by Palmer, and that ends up being a 20-yard gain for the Chiefs, as again the Packers are victimized by the fact that they blitzed and the Chiefs just ran a dump play or a screen off of it. Okay, so at this point it's 38-14. The Chiefs had gone down and scored to make it 31-14, but the Packers responded, and they got down the field with their offense, scored their last touchdown of the game to make it 38-14. There's only 11 minutes left in the game at this point, so the Packers certainly are looking very secure. However, the Packers, unfortunately, they're still not going to be dropping back into prevent defense, which they should be. Here, they're way too aggressive on this play, and they make a cardinal sin with allowing the Chiefs to get behind them and get a big play. Even though they appear to be in a 2 deep here, which is the defense that they should be in, Hyde is actually covering Travis Kelce on this play. So he is going to be out of the play as long as Smith doesn't look to Kelce. Now, we would hope that Clinton Dix would at least drop back to be the single deep safety here, make sure that a big play doesn't happen. Instead, either because it's called or because of his own decision, he decides that he's going to double cover Sam Shields' guy. He's going to make an aggressive play and jump the route of the receiver Conley here. Unfortunately, as we roll this forward a little bit, as we see be really aggressive and jump this route, the kind of ridiculous thing of this is that is jumping this route, and Alex Smith had never even looked to this side of the field. So never looked to the quarterback to see where the quarterback was looking or where the quarterback was looking to go. He just jumps this route without even looking at Alex Smith. Alex Smith never looked to this side of the field. Alex Smith knows exactly where he's going to the football. He's got a one-on-one with no safety help with his best receiver, Jeremy Maclin, running the deep post against Demarius Randall. That's where he's going to go with the ball. Maclin gets Randall to commit to the go route. He cuts inside. He immediately has a couple steps. He's a fast guy. And if it isn't for a Maclin bobbling the ball and for the fact that Sam Shields is a very fast guy, this could have been a touchdown for the Chiefs. This is really an unacceptable play for the Packers to give up considering the circumstances. There's no reason for them not to have had safeties back on that play. They were over aggressive and they paid for it. That allowed the Chiefs to score in just 2 minutes, and that 2-minute quick score allowed the Chiefs to actually have a chance in this game. All right, we're going to finish here with what is essentially the last play of the game. This is the play that now dooms the Chiefs. This is the 2-point conversion. The Chiefs did manage to score in their final drive. However, it took too much time. This time the Packers did sit back in their prevent defense. They forced the Chiefs to throw it short, and they did a pretty good job of keeping the Chiefs in bounds and running the clock. Because of that, this last drive took almost 4.5 minutes. That was time that the Chiefs really couldn't afford to lose. They even used one of their timeouts. Because they took so much time and ran the clock under 2 minutes, the Chiefs now would need to convert this 2-pointer, get the onside kick, and then score in 1:20 and convert another 2-pointer in order to tie the game. Very tall task, but it all starts with this 2-point conversion. The Chiefs fail here, and that is going to essentially end the game. The Chiefs appear to attempt to pull a page out of the Seattle Seahawks playbook and run what's close to a read option on this play. What burns the play for the Chiefs is that the Packers are sitting in a zone defense and everybody stays put, and that really breaks down this play. We could see the option there, run on Peppers. The Packers did a good job of staying home. Smith wanted to first go to the outside, but Quinton Rollins did a good job jumping that, so he cannot. His other guy that he wants to look to is Jason Avant here, but because Nate Palmer correctly was reading the play and taking steps to his left, he essentially shuts this passing lane down. This means that Alex Smith should have actually looked to throw the corner to Jeremy Maclin, but he doesn't. He actually tries to get it in there to Avant. It doesn't work. It goes incomplete, and that is going to be game over. A victory for the Packers, 38-28 over the Chiefs.